Hey there guys, welcome to Unveiling Wild. If you're excited about the video ahead, do be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another one again. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 animals that are way scarier than dinosaurs. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Helicoprion. The enigma surrounding the strange fish begins with a strange fossil and countless efforts to determine what it was and how it should be classified. The enigma surrounding the strange fish begins with a strange fossil and countless efforts to determine what it was and how it should be classified. For nearly a century, paleontologists and ichthyologists have been baffled by Helicoprion. Until 2013, the only traces of the species were a petrified whorl of teeth. While most scientists believe that the teeth belong to the lower jaw, the tooth's putative placement migrated about the body in a variety of creative combinations as seen in countless depictions and reconstructions. The placement of its buzzsaw-like teeth was ultimately confirmed to fill the lower jaw with the subsequent finding of certain sections of a jaw. Strangely, this monster lacked top teeth, allowing it to both gum and bite you at the same time. Like a circular saw blade, the mouth would shut, spinning the teeth rearward. It most likely ate squid and other cephalopods as soft bodies. The whorl of teeth was produced when they expanded outwards in a spiral as they got older, with the teeth at the beginning of the whorl being little and progressively growing in size toward the end. Adestus is another fish with a similarly strange and horrifying look, with offset scissor-like jaws that protruded from its face. Sarcosicus. Sarcosicus was a crustaceous crocodile-like reptile that lived in what is now Africa and South America. It was 40 feet long and weighed 10 tons. When a predator can travel between land and water, it's considerably more difficult to get away from when it wants to devour you. It has a 6 feet long cranium and 132 teeth. Sarcosicus was bigger than virtually all of the dinosaurs that existed in the same area, and evidence suggests that it ate enormous terrestrial food. Translation: this monster ate dinosaurs. True, it ate mostly fish and spent much of its time beneath the water, but the fact that it could take down such a massive creature as such a mammoth is concerning. Megalodon. This 59-foot shark shared the same waters as Leviathan Melville and hunted alongside it. It possessed gigantic 7-foot wide jaws with 5 rows of 276 compressed blade-like teeth designed for cutting and gripping large prey. Sharks have cartilage skeletons that are seldom preserved in the fossil record. Therefore, paleontologists can only go on the jaws of Megalodon and a few trace fossils to form their ideas. Many believe that the Megalodon is still alive till today, and is that really surprising? The oceans are endless and terrifying. Arthropleura. When you're out on a walk, you don't want to encounter anything like this crawling about in the woods. Arthropleura was an 8.5-foot long millipede from the Carboniferous period, and despite the fact that it was herbivorous and presumably fed on decaying plant materials like current millipedes, it still has a terrifying reputation. The fact that it won't be able to devour you doesn't mean it won't be weird when it scurries about. Arthropleura is a genus of enormous myriapods that lived from the early Carboniferous to the early Permian era, with some specimens reaching lengths of more than 2 meters. Although the majority of known Arthropleura fossils are disarticulated and found mostly in late Carboniferous Pennsylvanian strata, we present here partially articulated Arthropleura remains from the early Carboniferous Strainmore Formation in the Northumberland Basin of northern England. Since sedimentary tectonics has significantly destroyed the specimen, which is partly preserved in 3 dimensions inside fine sandstone. Despite the specimen's poor preservation, it supports the theory that Arthropleura possessed a robust sclerotized exoskeleton. Dunkolostias, or in other words, giant sea scorpion. That's correct, this 8-foot-long arthropod has pincher claws and lived in the sea. To be honest, all your reptilids are terrible, and this whole page could be devoted to describing how awful they are. They're nightmare fodder, since many of them resemble the facehuggers from the Alien film trilogy. Dunkolostias possess segmented bodies with specialized limbs, some of which were spiked. They possessed spring-like claws, with the biggest having an 18-inch spiky claw to snare fish as they went by. Sea scorpions of a smaller size have been found to creep onshore to mate and even lose their outer shell. Sea scorpions of a smaller size have been found to creep onshore to mate and even lose their outer skin. Melville Leviathan. This extinct whale was named after both the monstrous sea creature Leviathan from the Old Testament, who, when he rises up, the mighty are terrified. They retreat before his thrashing, and Herman Melville, the author of the novel Moby Dick, which tells the story of an accursed white whale who terrorized Captain Ahab and eventually killed him and destroyed his ship and crew. This is an incredible name to live up to. Leviathan Melville existed during the Miocene period and is connected to current sperm whales like Moby Dick. It measured 44 to 57 feet in length and had a 10-foot long head with 14.5-inch long fangs. Dunkolostias. This Devonian-era armored fish lacked teeth, but it had razor-sharp bone protrusions in its jaw that it could use to puncture and cut through its food. These bones continued to grow, and as they did, their edges scraped against those of the opposite jaw, sharpening themselves like self-sharpening scissors. This would keep the fangs poised to bite down on armored food like arthropods, ammonites, and other fish at all times. This 4-ton behemoth fish patrols inshore waters and could snare food in 50 to 60 milliseconds by opening and shutting its jaws. Dunkolostias existed between 385 and 359 million years ago in the late Devonian epoch. Dunkolostias swiftly diversified into several species after its appearance. However, it didn't survive the end of Devonian mass extinction events. At the end of the Devonian era, 2 extinction events occurred: the Kalwasser event and the Hangberg event. The most recent occurrence, the Hangberg catastrophe, wiped out all vertebrates, both marine and terrestrial. Many marine habitats were entirely devastated. 70 to 80% of all species on Earth, including all placoderms, were extinct by the end of the Devonian. Titanoboa. This is one for those who suffer from ophidiophobia. During the Paleocene period, Titanoboa was a 42-foot long snake. It most likely hunted in the same way as crocodiles do, hiding half submerged at the water's edge, waiting for thirsty, unsuspecting prey. It would attack from the water, wrapping itself around its target and squeezing it to death. It lived in the South American rainforest, when temperatures were warmer than today's tropics. Cold-blooded reptiles were able to grow bigger than contemporary reptiles as a result of this. Indiana Jones's fedora would tremble at the sight of the serpent. Helicoprion. Helicoprion was a huge carnivorous sea reptile that belonged to the Plesiosauridae, a group of short-necked Plesiosaurs that became extinct. The 2 Helicoprion species existed from the Middle Jurassic's Colovian stage through the Late Jurassic's Kimmeridgian stage. Helicoprion had 4 robust paddle-like limbs, indicating that it was a good swimmer. Plesiosaurs are known for their four-flipper form of propulsion. Although this kind of propulsion is inefficient, it gives excellent acceleration, which is a desired attribute in an ambush predator, according to a research utilizing a swimming robot. Because plesiosaurs, like dinosaurs, did not stop growing as they aged, it's quite likely that very old individuals of Alpherox grew to a size somewhat exceeding that of the largest known specimen, maybe to 25 meters or 80 feet, and 5 to 6 metric tons or 7.7 to 8.8 tons. This puts Alpherox in the same size range as modern-day young blue whales. Megatherium. The elephant-sized type species M. americanum, also known as the gigantic ground sloth or Megather, was formerly found in the Pampas and southern Bolivia during the Pleistocene epoch. The Andes also include a number of lesser species belonging to the Pseudomegatherium subgenus. Megatherium is a member of the Megatheriidae sloth family, which also contains Erymatherium, an elephantine sloth that was formerly found in tropical South America and southern North America. Megatherium became extinct roughly 12,000 years ago, along with most other big animals in the New World during the Quaternary extinction event. That's all from us today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to show your support for our channel. Bye for now.